The cemetery seemed very quiet at night. Only a few strangers were still walking around the cemetery, and they seemed to be here to visit the deceased. Lin Xun parked the electric donkey next to the entrance and walked into the cemetery with Su Qingshi. "Senior, watch your step," Lin Xun reminded softly. "The streetlights here are not very bright. I can only barely see the road clearly." After Lin Xun was reminded, he quickly turned on the flashlight on his mobile phone to illuminate Su Qingshi's feet.
Su Qingxi nodded lightly.
A few minutes later, the two of them had gone deep into the cemetery and came to a tombstone. Su Qingshi looked at the gray and white portrait on the tombstone and was lost in thought for a moment. Lin Xun also looked at the tombstone. The portrait looked like a middle-aged man, with a very serious appearance, but a kind look on his brows and full of upright features. It can be seen that he must have been a great person when he was young.
Su Chen.
This is his name. No need to ask, Lin Xun knew that this was Su Qingshi's father. Senior sister. She has no father. I don't know why, but Su Qingshi's back looked a little lonely and sad at this time. Lin Xun felt a pang in his heart, and the feeling of pity grew and amplified. He wanted to hold the senior sister in his arms and be her support. Su Qingshi looked at the portrait in trance for a while, then slowly lowered her body and placed the bouquet in her hand in front of the tombstone. "He is my father. He was a great people's policeman during his lifetime. During a bomb disposal incident, in order to prevent the masses from being affected, he fought alone with the gangsters. Finally, when he was about to grab the bomb, he was held by the gangsters and fell into the heat, entered the river, and eventually the bomb exploded, and he never came back."
Su Qingxi spoke softly.
Lin Xun knew that she was talking to him, and his expression was a little complicated. "Is it the bridge where we first met?"
Su Qingxi nodded lightly. "Yes."
Lin Xun opened his mouth, wanting to say something, but he didn't know how to speak. That night, she thought she was going to jump into the river, so she stopped her, and the two met for the first time. Only then did Lin Xun understand why the cold goddess would go out of her way to talk to a stranger. Yes, with Su Qingshi's personality, she would never take the initiative to strike up a conversation with a boy. She also hated boys. To be honest, if someone else seemed about to jump into the river that night, she would have spoken out. When she saw and thought about jumping into the river, she would think of her father who fell into the river. At that time, it was just that person who happened to be him. At this moment, Lin Xun didn't know whether he should be grateful or what his emotions were. Too complicated. Su Qingshi looked at the tombstone and said slowly, "My mother has always advised my father not to rush ahead all the time when working. My father always laughed it off. In the end, there was only a pennant, and the cold bank card was lying on the bedside table in my mother's room, and he never came back. My mom lost her husband and I lost my dad. Sometimes I think about how every police officer who dies will suffer a blow to the family behind him. They are also a husband, a wife, a child, and a father. Pay tribute to every people's policeman who silently contributes to society." Lin Xun couldn't bear it anymore, so he made the boldest decision today. He gently hugged Su Qingshi into his arms and said softly, "Senior sister, if you feel uncomfortable, just cry. There are no outsiders here. I am willing to bear your tears. Uncle, he is great. I think if he is given another chance, he should and will make this choice. He is an amazing person. You living a good life is the greatest reward for him." Su Qingshi did not resist Lin Xun's embrace. On the contrary, at this time, she showed an unprecedented weakness. After so many years, her disguise was finally taken off at this moment, after meeting someone to rely on. Lin Xun's embrace made her feel a strong sense of security, and her fierce heartbeat gradually calmed down. Like a kitten, Su Qingshi nuzzled gently in Lin Xun's arms and slowly closed her eyes. At this moment, she was not the cold goddess Su Qingshi, nor a fairy, just a fragile, ordinary girl. No matter what happens in the future, right now, she just wants to take a breath. Lin Xun gently stroked Su Qingshi's back. At this time, his heart was not filled with charm, but full of heartache. He decided that he must make his senior sister happy every day. "Senior sister, let him protect you." The two of them stayed in this mood for several minutes. After Su Qingshi completely calmed down, she said in a hoarse voice. Have you hugged me enough? Lin Xun gently let go of Su Qingshi. He was not as shy as before, but said gently, Are you feeling better? Su Qingshi nodded lightly. Thank you. Lin Xun grinned. Senior sister, I actually think it's good that you are like this. You are not as unattainable as usual and make people feel very kind. Su Qingshi glanced at him indifferently. Why do you feel so friendly? Do you want a large group of people to bother me? Lin Xun was stunned for a moment and then realized what he was doing. Yes, if the fairy senior sister is really that weak and gentle, wouldn't she attract a lot of crazy entanglements from a large group of suitors? By then, wouldn't his love rival's fighting power be greatly enhanced?
No.
Absolutely not. You can only see this side of senior sister by yourself. Su Qingshi glanced at Lin Xun, who was gradually getting into the drama, and raised the corner of her mouth, with a hint of warning in her voice. It's better that you know what happened tonight. Lin Xun immediately promised, Don't worry, Senior. I promise I will never tell anyone. The fact that Senior is actually a gentle girl. Su Qingshi's face froze, and a murderous look flashed across her eyes. She looked at Lin Xun with a half-smile, and curled her lips. Junior, come here. Senior, what's the matter? Lin Xun leaned over. Unexpectedly, Su Qingshi reached out and grabbed his ear, and twisted it gently. Ouch! Senior sister, have mercy. Be gentle. I was wrong. Boom! At this time, there was a sudden loud noise in the sky. Both of them were shocked. It is going to rain? Lin Xun frowned. Su Qingshi said softly, Let's go back. Lin Xun was a little regretful. Had he gone back so soon? Swish, brush, brush. The heavy rain came at a moment's notice, giving them no time to react.
So fast?
Senior sister, let's take shelter from the rain first. Lin Xun said quickly, subconsciously holding Su Qingshi's little hand and running towards the exit. Su Qingshi felt a little strange when she looked at the hand held by the boy. She doesn't seem to object to the closeness of her younger brother. This guy always did things subconsciously that made her feel warm. But it seems that this feeling is not bad. This heavy rain was caught off guard, with thunder and rain falling directly. Although Lin Xun and the two ran fast enough, they still got wet. The two of them ran under a shelter and barely escaped the rain. The two people were leaning against a billboard with an iron sheet 50 centimeters wide, which could just cover a person's body. The heavy rain is getting heavier and heavier, seeming to wash away the scorching summer heat all at once, with no sign of stopping. Because they were caught in the rain, their clothes were a little wet now. Su Qingshi's black hair was also wet. A few strands of wet hair in front of her forehead were stuck to her cheeks, feeling an indescribable sense of pure desire. And because the clothes were wet and clinging to her body, her perfect figure was fully exposed. The short sleeves clung to her body. Lin Xun could still see her white and tender skin through the clothes, as well as a touch of white. Lin Xun's breath froze. This is too tempting, isn't it? Heavy rain came with a cold wind, and the fine sand-like rain and mist hit the two of them. Coupled with the cold wind, Su Qingshi, who was thin, immediately sneezed and trembled. Lin Xun saw that the situation was not good. So he quickly took off his coat and said to Su Qingshi, Senior sister, please wipe your hair. Su Qingshi glanced at the coat Lin Xun handed over, paused, and then took it. Thank you. She took off the khaki hairband that tied her hair and handed it to Lin Xun. Take it for me. Lin Xun took it with an ooh. Su Qingshi didn't dislike the coat Lin Xun wore and used it as a towel to wipe her hair. I've already been hugged. What's wrong with using my clothes? Lin Xun watched Su Qingshi wipe her hair with a dazed look in his eyes. Senior Jiang Yunxiao also sent him a photo of Senior Fairy wiping her hair before, but it was withdrawn before he could save it. Now, he actually saw the senior wiping her hair with his own eyes, still using his clothes. What an elegant move. The side face is stunningly beautiful. Lin Xun felt that he loved her even more. But he was not idle either. He casually tied the hair tie around his wrist, then took out his cell phone, clicked on the camera, and quietly pointed at Su Qingshi. Su Qingshi did not see Lin Xun's movements due to the obstruction of her clothes. She didn't notice.
Ah!
Lin Xun was delighted. After focusing, He grabbed an angle and prepared to press the button to take a picture. His first private photo of his senior sister is about to be born. Click. However, the reality was skinny. Just when Lin Xun pressed his finger, a clicking sound sounded. Lin Xun's face froze. Huh. Su Qingshi looked over in confusion and happened to face Lin Xun, who was pointing his cell phone at her. Lin Xun. Oops. Society is dead. Forgot to turn off the sound. Lin Xun was going crazy. What to do? Who will save him? How to deal with this situation? Su Qingshi looked at him with a half smile but not a smile. Sneak photo? Lin Xun smiled. No, I was taking pictures of rain scenes. Really? Let me take a look.
Su Qingshi smiled softly.
Little brother, you can't even lie. Lin Xun looked at Su Qingshi's smile and was stunned. Now her hair is still a little wet, and her clothes are still sticking to her body. At this time, she shows a smile, not to mention how charming it is. Click. Lin Xun did not hesitate and pressed his finger again. Su Qingshi raised her eyebrows. Are you pulling teeth from the tiger's mouth? He was so brave that he secretly filmed her in front of her. She can't handle this operation. Lin Xun quickly put away his cell phone and said seriously, Senior, stop chatting and wipe it dry quickly, otherwise you will catch a cold. Su Qingshi glanced at him and didn't ask him to delete the photo. Since he wanted to take it, let's do it. Of course, if it had been anyone else, she would have been forced to delete it long ago. After reluctantly wiping her hair, Su Qingshi planned to wring out Lin Xun's coat.
¿Y come?
Lin Xun took the coat and twisted it. Water dripped down, and the coat was wringed dry in 2 or 3 strokes. Then, Lin Xun put the wringed coat back on Su Qingshi. Thanks. After Su Qingshi thanked her, she looked into the rain curtain. Lin Xun was also watching the heavy rain. Neither of them spoke a word, but there was an invisible tacit understanding. The heavy rain lasted for more than 10 minutes before gradually tapering off. Su Qingshi suddenly said softly, the car seems to be parked in the open air. Lin Xun also smiled bitterly. Yeah, I don't know if it can still be used after being wet for so long. If it breaks down, well, he'll pay for one car. Shall we go? Su Qingshi glanced at Lin Xun and asked. Lin Xun thought for a while, but still couldn't bear to see his senior sister get wet in the rain. He said, what about this? I'll ask my family to pick us up. My home is in this area, not too far away. We'll be there in 10 minutes. Su Qingshi shook her head. No, Lin Xun. Let's try? Lin Xun was stunned. Try? Try what? Senior sister. Is she confessing to me? Sky. Real or fake? Su Qingshi said softly. I'm in a bad mood today and want to get wet in the rain. Lin Xun reacted and felt a little disappointed. Oh, it turns out it was the senior who wanted to try getting wet in the rain. He actually thought wrong. No, senior sister's words can easily make people think wrong, right? But you might catch a cold. Lin Xun hesitated. Su Qingshi said, I exercise regularly and my physical fitness is pretty good. Lin Xun didn't dare to answer the words after hearing this. He was usually only busy studying and didn't do much exercise. Let's go to the car. After Su Qingshi finished speaking, he stepped into the rain first. Wait for me, senior sister. When Lin Xun saw this, he rushed out without hesitation. Well, I just wiped my hair and it turned white, and soon Su Qingshi got wet again. The two of them ran to the little electric donkey. As they thought, the little electric donkey had already taken a refreshing bath, and even the helmet was full. After sorting things out, Lin Xun took Su Qingshi away. Drive slower, the road is slippery. Su Qingshi said to Lin Xuandao. Don't worry, senior. I won't let you fall. Lin Xun said loudly with a smile. The corner of Su Qingshi's mouth raised. She had lost her mask somewhere. Her beautiful face without makeup, washed away by the rain, looked incredibly beautiful. He slowly stretched out his hand, passed under the young man's ribs, hugged his strong waist, and gently rested his cheek on his back. Lin Xun, who was driving, was almost fainted by the sudden happiness. His back is undergoing extremely elastic pressure, and you can feel how explosive the fairy senior sister's figure is from the touch. What makes him even more fascinated is that the fairy senior sister seems to be gradually accepting him. This means that he still has a chance, right? In fact, Lin Xun understood that Fairy Su only turned back into the fireworks fairy tonight, and after tonight, she would seal herself again. However, he was honored by her trust in him and her honesty. The boy's dream is not just a dream. He is conquering the iceberg step by step and melting her with his fiery heart. On the street, there is an endless flow of people. The uncles and aunts who are running for life are hiding under umbrellas and staring blankly at the rain curtain. There are also young men and women walking alone in the rain. They walk very slowly, as if the rain is washing their souls. Lin Xun suddenly remembered a sentence on the internet. I walked in the rain so no one would know I was crying. On the way, because the rain started to fall heavily again, Lin Xun could only drive towards a hotel. Of course, he was just passing by, but since he was already here, Lin Xun decided to get a room. Senior sister, let's go into the hotel and take a shower? We are all wet. He parked his car in the parking lot of a certain express hotel in the rain and said to Su Qingshi. The girl got out of the car, wiped the water from her face, and nodded in agreement. Okay. After hearing this, Lin Xun finally breathed a sigh of relief. He knew that if he accompanied his senior sister in the rain, they would both catch a cold. So he took Su Qingshi into the hotel. When he arrived at the front desk, Lin Xun was worried. How many rooms should he book? 1. Is it too sudden? Senior sister, will you think too much? Su Qingshi hugged her shoulders and stood quietly behind her without speaking. It seemed that the coldness of the rain had made her a little uncomfortable. Lin Xun immediately said to the front desk, Hello, please give me 2 rooms. Seeing Lin Xun and his wife soaked like this, the front desk introduced him considerately. Sir, there is a VIP double room here with a change of clothes, an automatic washing machine, and free meals. Do you need it? Can I change clothes? Lin Xun's eyes lit up and he was about to speak when Su Qingshi suddenly said, No, just stay in a normal standard room. 1. The corner of Lin Xun's lips raised, and he couldn't suppress it no matter how hard he said it. Whatever the senior said, he said politely to the front desk, Hello, please book a standard room. The front desk was a little disappointed when he heard this, but he quickly checked in the 2 of them. Sir and miss, your room number is 0520. Please keep your room card. Lin Xun took the room card, thanked him, and entered the elevator with Su Qingshi. We just went in to take a shower and change clothes. There is no need to book 2 rooms or any VIP rooms. If you have money, you can't spend it arbitrarily, you know? In the elevator, Su Qingshi took the initiative to speak, her voice sweet and a little cold. Lin Xun nodded quickly. What the senior said is that I won't do it next time. The senior is so nice. She saved him money even before he got married. Hey, you swipe your card to enter, and the standard room is also very large. After all, it costs nearly 200 yuan, and the facilities are basically there. Senior, please take a shower first, and I'll see if I can buy some clothes. Lin Xun said to Su Qingshi. Su Qingshi glanced at him. In fact, she could tell that Lin Xun was even colder than her at this time. After all, he was wearing short sleeves. So she said, You go in first, I will buy the clothes, and you don't know my size, right? Lin Xun wanted to say something else, but Su Qingshi frowned. Wash first if I ask you to. Don't wait any longer.
Yes.
Lin Xun entered the bathroom dejectedly. Su Qingshi smiled softly, and then took out her mobile phone. The mobile phone had been disposed of on the road and was specially wrapped in a plastic bag. I chose a set of clothes for myself on beauty pages and bought another set for Lin Xun. Although she didn't know Lin Xun's size, it was easy to guess the boy's size, which was basically that big. Senior, have you bought some clothes? Lin Xun's voice came from the bathroom. Su Qingshi glanced at the bathroom door and then walked over. The wardrobe was next to it. She took out a men's robe from it and said, The takeout won't arrive for a while. You put on your bathrobe first. Okay, senior. Please put on your bathrobe, Before Lin Xun finished speaking, the bathroom door opened a crack and a bathrobe was handed in. Lin Xun's face turned red, not knowing whether he was hot or embarrassed, and he quickly took it. Thank you, senior sister. Hurry up and finish wearing it. I still need to wash it. 2 minutes later, Lin Xun walked out of the bathroom, wearing a bathrobe and not revealing much. Fortunately, I wear a bathrobe, not a towel. Su Qingshi entered the bathroom, and soon there was the sound of water running in the bathroom. Lin Xun sat on the sofa and was lost in thought. Hearing the sound of water in the bathroom gave him an unreal feeling. Have he and Fairy Senior already lived in the same room? Is this progress too fast? At this time, he was so close to his senior sister, and for the first time he heard the sound of the Fairy Senior sister taking a bath. What came to mind was the Fairy Senior's figure, which was tall and noble, especially when he thought of the looming spring scenery in the rain when the senior's clothes were soaked and clinging to his body. Lin Xun's blood immediately surged. He was just 18 years old, at the peak of his youth, and when he met someone as stunning as Su Qingshi, he couldn't help but have wild thoughts in his mind. The beautiful figure of the Fairy Senior sister standing under the shower. Oh,
No.
Lin Xun, you can't be so dirty. How could you take advantage of others' danger like this? Senior sister is a fairy. Sacrosanct. How could you have such a thought? Snapped. Lin Xun slapped himself, and his restless blood suddenly dropped, and he felt helpless. I should have booked 2 rooms if I had known. Ding dong. The door of the room rang, and Lin Xun stood up and opened the door. Hello, your takeout. Lin Xun took the 2 packages and said to the delivery boy, Thank you. Thank you for your hard work. You're welcome. I wish you a happy life. Remember to give me a 5-star review, dear. Lin Xun closed the door and said to the senior who was still taking a shower, Senior, the clothes are here. The bathroom was silent for a second, and Su Qingshi's voice came over. Put my clothes at the door. I'll get them later. Lin Xun groaned and did as he was told. About 10 minutes later, the bathroom door finally opened. Lin Xun had already changed his clothes and was sitting reading the funny words. He subconsciously looked up when he heard the voice, and his eyes were suddenly stunned. Su Qingshi put on the clothes she bought temporarily. Her hair was wrapped in a white towel, which looked like a ball. She wore a white shirt on the upper body and loose trousers on the lower body. She had the charm of the big sister next door. Even so, she looked breathtakingly beautiful at this time. After taking a bath, the girl's face showed a flush. Her hair was wrapped, revealing a pebble-like face, and under her white neck, there were beautiful collarbones. Down. Indescribable. It was also the first time for Lin Xun to see such a fairy senior sister. Is this a beautiful woman taking a bath? Lin Xun's fiery gaze made Su Qingshi feel uncomfortable, and she tilted her head slightly. Do your clothes fit? Lin Xun nodded. Thank you, senior sister. It's very suitable. In fact, the clothes that the senior bought him were a little loose, but even if the senior bought them 1 size larger, he would still wear them. Su Qingshi nodded lightly, and then said, Wait a moment. I will blow dry your hair, and then go back. Lin Xun nodded and sat quietly. Everything was normal in the middle. When Su Qingshi dried her hair, the rain outside stopped. Although there was still drizzle, it was negligible. The 2 packed up their wet clothes and checked out of the room. This time, Su Qingshi was driving. She drove Lin Xun outside his villa. I'll wash your clothes for you and dry them before giving them to you. Su Qingshi glanced at the bag hanging on the hook of the car. Lin Xun immediately refused after hearing this. No, no, no. I can just wash it myself. I won't bother my senior. How can you let the senior sister take action? He quickly took his clothes. Su Qingshi glanced at him strangely. How can you get a girlfriend with your emotional intelligence? Ah? Lin Xun didn't know why. Su Qingshi said no more. I'm leaving, goodbye. After saying that, she started the electric donkey. Be safe, senior. Lin Xun waved towards Su Qingshi's back. After the senior sister walked away, Lin Xun looked away. When he turned around, he suddenly understood something and gave himself a slap in the face. Idiot Lin Xun. Oh shit. Why is he so slow? The senior sister means to wash her clothes and give them to her next time. Doesn't this mean giving her a reason to meet next time? He actually ruined this opportunity with his own hands. This mouth. Cut it off. The next day, there was no doubt that Lin Xun had a fever. He stared at the ceiling blankly, his head feeling heavy. My physique is so bad. He shook his head, turning his head slightly away, and his eyes fell on the bedside table. There is a helmet and a hair tie on the table. Of course, the hair tie belonged to the senior sister. Lin Xun had put it in her pocket since she came back yesterday. She probably forgot to ask him for it. This is something belonging to the fairy senior sister. When a girl's hair tie falls into the hands of a boy, the meaning is very different. Taking the phone, Lin Xun sent a message to the fairy senior. Good morning, senior. Do you have a cold or fever? The other party responded within 2 seconds. Fairy senior sister. No. Do you have a fever? Lin Xun. It seems that it should probably, yes. Fairy senior sister. Drink more hot water. Fairy senior sister. Is there any medicine at home? Lin Xun raised the corner of his mouth and replied, Yes, by the way, senior sister, I still have your hair tie with me. When will I give it to you? Fairy senior sister. No need, just throw it away for me. Seeing this, Lin Xun couldn't help but feel happy. Okay, I promise to throw it away for you, and put it in my pocket. At this time, another message came from the fairy senior sister, and Lin Xun quickly looked at it. Fairy senior sister, your physical fitness needs to be improved. When you get to college, you will have a lot of freedom, and there will be a place where you can exercise regularly. The long string of words made Lin Xun a little troubled. Damn it, senior sister won't think I'm a thin dog, right?
No.
Go to the gym when his fever is gone. Let his dad get him a New Year's card. Lin Xunyanyan's reply. Okay, senior. Expression. Firm. After the conversation, Lin Xun's throat went dry. He stood up and poured a glass of water with his helpless body and drank it all in one gulp. Then he walked out of the room listlessly. Lin Badian has already gone on a business trip, and Gu Yanyan is the only one at home. Seeing Lin Xun's kidney deficiency, Gu Yanyan suddenly felt distressed on her face. Oh my son, what's wrong with you? Lin Xun rubbed his temples. It rained a little yesterday, and I have a fever. Gu Yanyan quickly asked the housekeeper to bring some fever reducers. Come, drink some medicine. Gu Yanyan held warm water in one hand and medicine in the other, and handed it to Lin Xun. The latter said helplessly, You have to eat something. Taking medicine on an empty stomach is not good. Yes, young master, the kitchen has specially made breakfast and heated it up. I'll go get it right now. Guan Bo said quickly. Thank you, Uncle Guan. Lin Xun said to Guan Bo. Soon, Lin Xun took a few mouthfuls of rice and drank the medicine under the watchful eyes of Gu Yanyan and Guan Bo. Only then did I regain some energy. You kid, why did you get caught in the rain when you were so good? Gu Yanyan said distressedly. Lin Xun comforted. It's okay, Mom. The fever was worth it to him because it gave him a sense of reality about what had happened yesterday. He had to thank the rain yesterday. By the way, Mom, don't I still have more than a month of summer vacation? I want to go to the gym. Lin Xun said. Gu Yanyan didn't expect her son to say that and immediately said, Okay. Mom also has a gym. You can just go there. Damn, I should have known there was a gym in the villa. Look at my brain. Master and Madam, I will order you to build it next to the villa. Guan Bo said with a slight smile. Lin Xun waved his hands quickly. No, don't bother. Anyway, we haven't lived here for a long time and will move soon. Oh my God, he really hasn't fully experienced the happiness of rich people yet. He can add more gyms at any time. The money ability is terrible. After making a decision, Lin Xun returned to the room, got into bed and fell asleep. This time, Lin Xun slept straight into the night. After getting up, his whole body was soaked with sweat. The smell of sweat made his face darken, and he quickly went into the bathroom to wash himself. I have to say that after taking medicine and sleeping, he felt much better. I took my temperature, and it was 37.0 degrees Celsius. He quickly sent a message to Senior Sister Fairy. It's just that the Fairy Senior Sister didn't know what she was doing and didn't reply to him. At this time, a video call came over. When he saw it was Fatty, Lin Xun pressed the answer button. What's wrong, fat man? Brother Sun, where have you been making money these days? I haven't heard from you at all. The fat man was currently masturbating on the street, and next to him was his partner, Xiao Ai's classmate. Lin Xun smiled and said, I'm at home. Look at my brain, Brother Sun. You are already the richest man. The fat man slapped his head. Lin Xun smiled. What on earth is going on? Come out for a bite or two? No, the fever has just gone down. What? Brother Sun, do you still have a fever? Let me see what's going on. It rained a little. Well, I still want to stay with you until I get drunk. Xiao Ai brought her best friend here and wants to introduce her to you. That brother can only ask you out next time. Lin Xun. It turns out you are such a fat man. He's quite a nice person. If there were girls at the dinner party before, no, even before, he would not go, because before, he only had Amelia Sue in his eyes, but now, he only has eyes for the fairy senior sister, and other women are just floating clouds. By the way, Brother Sun, the college entrance examination results will be out at 12 o'clock tomorrow. Can I go to your house then? The fat man suddenly said. Lin Xun was stunned. So fast? He didn't expect time to pass so quickly. It's been a month since the college entrance examination ended. Okay, just come over tomorrow. Okay, I'm done. I love you so much.
Roll.
After hanging up the phone, Lin Xun was looking forward to tomorrow's college entrance examination results. Although he estimated his score, seeing it with his own eyes still had a different feeling. The next morning, after getting up, Lin Xun glanced at his phone and saw that the class group had exploded. There was still no reply from the senior sister, so Lin Xun simply took a shower. At this time in the class group, students, the lottery is about to be drawn. Are you nervous? Ha ha ha, the monitor should be able to take one exam, right? No, the results haven't come out yet, so we can't draw conclusions so early. If you want to say that the best students in our class are Lin Xun and Su Qing, right? I wonder how many tests they can take. Yes, where are they? Come on.
At Lin Xing at Su Qing?
Lin Xun was looking at the screen. He glanced at the topic and saw that the topic had turned to him, so he replied. Lin Xun, about 700. The atmosphere suddenly fell silent, and then 666. 999. Don't ask why, just ask and it's 6 times. Great God! I can actually score 700 points in the exam. This is a solid book. It's too small. The structure is too small. Don't talk about one. It's possible for Tsinghua University and Peking University. Is this a top student? He still has money. Unlike me, I can only go to Nyoma University. Pheasant University, count as one. At this time, the avatar whose nickname was Su Qing flashed out. Su Qing. I'm probably around 702. Brush. Immediately there was another wave of screen views. Lin Xun looked at this scene, and there was no surprise. Su Qing's grades had always been similar to his. Soon, 12 o'clock arrived. Brother Sun, I'm a little nervous. Why are you nervous? What score do you think you can get? About 400? Then don't be nervous and just go to college honestly. At this time, in Lin Xun's room, the two of them were standing in front of the computer, looking at the computer page, loading. Because today is the day to check the college entrance examination results, the entire system is stuck. After a while, a big 404 appeared on the page. Their faces darkened. Brother Sun, does your computer work? Li Pang complained a little. Lin Xun said in a deep voice, a second-hand computer from a few years ago, from Xiaomi.
Li Pang.
His eyes widened. You are a rich man and you even use a second-hand computer? Lin Xun said with some embarrassment. I have used it for a long time and I am a little reluctant to throw it away. There is still a lot of information in it. Hearing the word information, Li Pang's eyes glowed green. F***K. Information? Let me take a look. He grabbed the computer and quickly operated on my computer. Soon a red F drive appeared in his field of vision. Good guy, Brother Sun. You are hiding so much. This is more than 100 G. Li Pang opened one of the files with a click of the mouse as if he had never eaten meat. Hello, students. Today, we will talk about the application of trigonometric functions. A video is opened. Li Pang was immediately confused. Emotions are really learning materials. Lin Xun was stunned by the fat man's operation. When he reacted, his face was full of black lines. What the hell are you thinking about? Do you think the information I mentioned is that kind of thing? Do you still want to watch that kind of video 1 minute at a time? Kidney, save it. Brother. Hee. Sorry. I'm showing off my embarrassment.
Li Pang smila tauquarli.
At this time, the door to the room opened, and Gu Yinyan walked in holding a computer. Son, Use mom's computer. After using your computer for so many years, it must be stuck. Gu Yanyan smiled and handed the computer to Lin Xun. Thank you, Mom. Lin Xun said happily, taking over his mother's computer. This second-hand computer, I remember it was introduced to you by a co-worker when your dad went to the construction site to move bricks. Gu Yanyan looked at the second-hand computer on the table, with a trace of nostalgia in her eyes. Lin Xun smiled. Did you really find out about it? Gu Yanyan smiled and said, actually, your dad asked for it from one of his employees. Lin Xun was speechless. Okay, don't worry about those details. Check the results quickly, Gu Yanyan urged. She also wanted to see how many points her son got. After all, I have been studying hard for more than 10 years, just for today. Lin Xun nodded, and then he looked at Li Erpang. Fat man, check your admission ticket number first. After an operation, the page starts to jump. After a while, Fatty's score appeared in front of several people. Chinese, 101. Mathematics, 88. English, 66. Physics, 60. Chemistry, 65.
Bio, 71.
Science Comprehensive, 196. Total score, 451 points. Huh? 451? Fatty, it's okay. Is this score beyond your budget? Lin Xun said in surprise. Fatty was also pleasantly surprised when he saw this score. Damn it. Fatty, I've become successful. I don't have to go to the construction site anymore. With this score, I can go to undergraduate school. Okay. Gu Yanyan also praised. Hey, thank you, Andy. Brother Sun, it's your turn. Look at your score.
Li Erpang urja.
Lin Xun smiled and calmly switched accounts. After clicking to log in, his scores came out. Ah! Gu Yanyan suddenly screamed. The fat man's eyes widened with shock. F***K. F***K. Lin Xun looked at the scores and raised his eyebrows. Chinese, 136. Mathematics, 145. English, 140. Physics, 93. Chemistry, 100.
Bio, 97.
Science Comprehensive, 290. Total score, 711 points. 711, 711. Oh my God. My old Lin family has made a fortune. My son passed the 711 exam. Gu Yanyan murmured to herself, covering her mouth and tears falling down. When Lin Xun saw this, he quickly took out some paper and wiped it with his mother. Mom, why are you so excited? Why are you still crying? Gu Yanyan held Lin Xun's face with both hands, looking distressed and proud. Mom is happy. My son is so good. It's worth it. Everything is worth it. Lin Xun's emotions also surged up, and his nose became sore. Yes, my son has not embarrassed you. Parents, your efforts over the past 10 years have not been in vain. Li Erpang looked at this scene with sore eyes. It was so touching. He thought that if he went to his parents with his grades, he would probably be taught a hard lesson by his old father's 7 wolves, right? Thinking of this, Fat Lier trembled and did not dare to think about it again. After Gu Yanyan knew her son's score, she immediately took out her cell phone and called Lin Batian and walked out of the room. Lin Xun got a score of 711, which was something he didn't expect. He expected to get a perfect score of 100 in chemistry. He was a little surprised to get such a high score in Chinese. He could only say he was lucky. However, in the end, the family was not disappointed. Lin Xun took out his mobile phone and took a photo of his results. The first thing he did was to send it to Su Qingshi. Unexpectedly, as soon as the message was sent, it was replied to instantly. Very senior sister. Very good. Like. Lin Xun immediately smiled like a child. Then he replied, Senior sister, from now on, I am your junior brother. Please take good care of me. Expression. Silly smile. Very senior. You have always been my junior. Lin Xun couldn't help laughing. Li Erpang on the side looked at this scene and couldn't help but said, Brother Sun, you are smiling like a chrysanthemum. Why are you so happy? Lin Xun glanced at him. You will have a foster mother soon? What? Li Erpang was stunned for a moment, then his eyes widened. Okay. You deceived me. Look at my physical attack. Lin Xun. On the other side, Lin Batian was holding a meeting when a cell phone ringtone suddenly rang. Everyone immediately looked over, curious as to who dared to turn off the sound during the meeting. Lin Batian silently took out Fruit 15 Pro. Everyone quickly looked away. Oh, it turns out to be the boss. Sorry to bother you. Hello? Lin Batian answered the phone in public. What? Lin Batian suddenly exclaimed, startling all the senior officials. What happened? Is the company going bankrupt? Has the boss been cheated? Everyone was confused. Haha. Okay. As expected of my son. Okay. I'll be right back. Lin Batian immediately smiled, as big as a chrysanthemum. He hung up the phone and said to the senior management, "The meeting is over. We will get off work an hour early today. Everyone." Damn it. The sun comes out in the west? Didn't you hear that? Lin Batian looked around. Everyone quickly packed their things. Ahem, my useless son's college entrance examination results came out today, and he only scored 711 points. Hey, I have to go back and talk about him. Lin Ba raised his hand and glanced at the gold watch on his wrist, pretending to be nonchalant. The senior executives who were packing their things froze, and the next second, wow, is the young master so awesome? Can he actually score more than 700 points in the exam? Hiss. It's so scary. I didn't expect that the president would be so good, and even the young master would be among the best. His genes are really strong. Yes, my rebellious son dropped out of school early, and he can't even keep up with the young master. Young master is awesome. 666. The president educates us well. Yes. Lin Batian felt very comfortable after hearing the words that satisfied him. He waved his hand. I declare that everyone in the company will take a 3-day paid vacation. If he has money, he can make whatever he wants. Oh yeah. The president is wise. I second the proposal. When the college entrance examination results came out, Lin Xun's class group was already in trouble. Ouch. I got 498. 50 points more than usual. Awesome. Have you ever passed a line? What are you thinking about? This year's first line will be after 5:30. Then I just passed. 666. You are all top academics with a bright future. You actually got 666 points in the test upstairs? So strong. Wanna eat shit? I'm only 388. Brother, be careful what you say. Speaking of which, some great masters can report their results.
I'm curious.
Curiosity +1. +1. After a while, a message from At was sent. Class teacher at Lin Xing at Su Qing at Lu Li at Jingping Chang at Xie Committee. How many scores did the big guys get in the exam? The head teacher spoke, and the group suddenly became lively again. Lu Li, teacher, I failed the test, with a score of only 617, which is 20 points lower than estimated. Monitor. Hee. I've already read a book. School committee. Get out of the way. I'm going to show off. Academic committee. Picture. Crowd A. Hiss. So scary. How terrifying. Citizen B. The first and second floors are all fake Versailles. I only obey the school committee. Audience C. Awesome. 666. Really a score of 666. This score can reach 211. Citizen Ding. My class is rich in Crouching Dragon and Phoenix Chicks. I am very happy. In front of the computer, Su Qing scrolled the computer screen with her slender fingers. She kept peeking at the screen, as if waiting for someone to speak. Then she scrolled the mouse again and clicked, and another page appeared, with her college entrance examination results on it. Looking at her results, Su Qing couldn't help but smile. Class group. Crowd member Ding. Why are there no results for Lin Xun and Su Qing? Take it out and blind my dog eyes. Audience C. As we all know, Lin Xun and Su Qing have been ranked first and second in the class all year round. At the worst, their grades are better than 666, right? School committee. What do you mean? Audience C. Sorry, I didn't mean to look down on you.
Su Qing. Picture.
Melon-eating people. F***K. My passionate horse. As expected of a goddess. These results are incredible. I am uneducated. Please speak. 700 points. I almost thought the full score was 700, but only 50 points were deducted. You are a top student and a top student. Su Qing actually scored 700 points in the exam? Lin Xun and Li Peng looked at each other, a little surprised. Huh, isn't it because Brother Sun is not as good as you? Su Qing already has good grades. Li Peng said nonchalantly. Lin Xun shrugged. Whether her grades are good or not has nothing to do with me. Brother Sun, everyone is curious about your results now. Are you going to blind these sons with your titanium alloy eyes? Li Peng said eagerly. Lin Xun thought for a while and nodded. Okay, then let's open their eyes. Young people still have a strong desire to compare, and Lin Xun is no exception. Moreover, he never thought of keeping a low profile. Lin Xun. Picture. The next second after Lin Xun posted his results, the group was immediately blocked. Brother Sun is awesome. The protagonist always appears last. 711, which is a full 11 points higher than Su Qing. It's already close to the perfect score. This result is stable for Qingbei. How stable? I think it's enough to make an official decision. I'm very happy. My network has been stuck for 2 hours. I hope the results will be half as good as Brother Sun's. In the high school homeroom teacher's office, Lin Xun's homeroom teacher suddenly exclaimed. Other colleagues cast curious glances. The head teacher smiled and said, the 2 students I taught scored more than 700 points. Over 700 points. Still 2. Immediately, colleagues all cast envious glances and praised him fiercely. Lin Xun looked at the messages in the class group and found that most of them were useless, so he simply withdrew and asked Li Peng, Fat man, what are you going to do next? Li Peng said, I decided to join my partner in the factory and work for a month during the summer vacation. Lin Xun was a little surprised. Don't your partner have a part-time job? Li Peng waved his hand. That thing. I asked her to resign. After all, being his girlfriend's part-time massage job is a bit inappropriate. What about you, Brother Sun? What are you going to do? Me? I'm going to work out next, and there seems to be nothing else. I envy the rich and young. They don't have to worry about their jobs.
Roll.
After bidding farewell to Li Peng, Lin Xun breathed a sigh of relief. The college entrance examination was finally over. High school is really an unforgettable place, where many people have their first love. Lin Xun is no exception, but for him, it is a story without an ending. He opened Senior Sister Fairy's WeChat and sent a message. Lin Xun. Senior Sister, what are you doing? After a while, Su Qingshi replied. Fairy Senior Sister. I'm packing my things, and I'll go back to school tomorrow. Lin Xun was shocked and quickly replied. So fast? Fairy Senior Sister. Originally, I just came here for a vacation. It was planned to take a month, but there was still some unfinished work at school. Her family situation is not as explosive as that of Lin Xun. She has her own job and a part-time job, and she just has a little time left before school. Anyway, she is already a junior in college and has a lot of time, so she plans to make use of it. Lin Xun suddenly felt lonely. Once the Fairy Senior Sister left, he seemed to have less fun. Does that mean that he can only see the Fairy Senior Sister when school starts? After thinking about it, Lin Xun replied, Senior Sister, please be safe. On the other side, Su Qingshi, who was sitting on the computer desk, looked at the messages replied on WeChat, with a smile on her lips. Reply. Waiting for you to come to NTU. What makes you laugh so hard? Zhang Yunxiao suddenly appeared behind Su Qingshi and asked curiously. Su Qingshi covered the phone without leaving any trace and said calmly, Have you finished packing your things? Zhang Yunxiao said, One more thing, sure. Don't change the subject. Tell me quickly, which little girl are you talking to? Su Qingshi glanced at her. What do you think? Zhang Yunxiao said in surprise, Sure. I found that you have changed a lot in the month since you came to Liangsheng. I couldn't see you smiling before, but now, you smile every time you look at your phone. What's going on? Su Qingshi was startled. It was obvious that she had not thought about this problem, but when I think about it carefully, it is indeed the case. I am indeed not as cold as before. Why? Lin Xun's figure appeared in her mind unconsciously. By the way, are you still chatting with that junior? Zhang Yunxiao suddenly asked. The more she thought about it, the more she felt something was wrong. Her best friend's state seemed to be the symptom of love brain as mentioned on the internet. No way. But my best friend doesn't get close to any guy either. Oh, it seems like it's just the junior kid. Su Qingshi said calmly. Are you busy? Why are you paying attention to this? Zhang Yunxiao looked at Su Qingshi with wide eyes. Oh my God. You are covering up? Covering up is the truth. No way. You are not really interested in younger brother-type boys, are you? What is the problem? Su Qingshi didn't think there was any problem. Who said that you can only find a boyfriend who is older than yourself? Doesn't the little milk dog smell good? Zhang Yunxiao exclaimed. No, no, no. Our cold goddess is about to bloom. However, if the other party is Junior Lin, it must be very interesting, right? By the way, we are leaving tomorrow. Do you want to say goodbye to him? Zhang Yunxiao looked at his best friend teasingly. Su Qingshi said, no need. She already said it. The senior sister returned to Nanjing University, and the college entrance examination results came out. Lin Xun applied for Nanjing University according to his own wishes. In the following days, apart from eating 3 meals a day, he basically spent time in the gym. Fitness. Of course, it was very difficult in the early stage. Lin Xun couldn't even do 100 push-ups in one go in the first 3 days. When he woke up the next day, his back was sore or his hands were weak. It's so hard to exercise. Whenever he was tired, Lin Xun would think of his senior sister, and he would feel motivated again. After exercising, Lin Xun also chatted with his senior sister every day. Even though it was just a few simple greetings, it still made Lin Xun happy for a long time. He also understands that senior sister is usually busy and does not dare to disturb her, so he will also look for senior Zhang Yunxiao at the same time. Of course, he is looking for her to find out about Su Qingshi. He and Su Qingshi are now, well, they should be considered friends, right? According to Zhang Yunxiao, he seems to be Su Qingshi's first friend of the opposite sex. Lin Xun couldn't hold back the corners of his mouth. Just like that, the summer vacation is coming to an end, and in a blink of an eye, it's time to start school. There is no doubt that Lin Xun was admitted to Nanda. During this period, the leader of Qingbei even called to greet him and asked if he wanted to report to Qingbei. 711 points. This score is already very high. Although it is not the top scorer in the college entrance examination, it has exceeded the admission score of Qingbei. Of course, Lin Xun refused. For him, no matter how good the Qingbei was, it could not compare to having a fairy senior at Nanda. Fatty was admitted to a local engineering college in Liangqing as an undergraduate. It was a rare thing in Fatty's hometown to be admitted to university as a bachelor's degree. I heard that he even held a big banquet and shocked the whole village. During the application process, Su Qing also sent a message asking Lin Xun if he had applied for Nanjing University. Lin Xun was stunned when he saw the news.
Su Qing?
Why is she still in my address book? Didn't I delete her? After so long, Lin Xun almost forgot that Su Qing was still in his address book. But he didn't bother to reply to the other party. September 2nd. At the gate of Nanjing University. Today is the first day of school for freshmen. The young faces are looking at the place where they will live for the next 4 years, their eyes full of curiosity. At this time, students entering and exiting the school are all looking in one direction. There was a black Rolls-Royce parked there. Son, you should have fun in college, treat your roommates to dinner, and cultivate good relationships in the dormitory. Yes, Mom. Also, you have to be modest and cautious in school. Your child is too simple-minded. Don't let others deceive you. I know, Dad. Lin Batian and Gu Yinyin were nagging at Lin Xun at this time, their eyes full of reluctance. The child has finally grown up. Okay, Mom and Dad, go back. I'm not a child anymore. I can do it on my own. Lin Xun said with a smile. Lin Batian nodded. Okay, if you need anything, just call me. Dad still has hundreds of millions of properties here. Lin Xun nodded. I know. Okay, I'm going in to report. Goodbye. Lin Xun walked into the gate of Nanjing University dragging a suitcase and carrying a school bag. Looking at his son's back, Lin Batian and Gu Yinyin hugged each other. Tears flashed in the latter's eyes. Suddenly, I felt reluctant. Lin Batian touched his head comfortingly. Okay, don't be sad. Our son has grown up, and we don't need to worry about it anymore. But I just can't bear it. I bought a ticket to Sanya for 3 days for my honeymoon? Huh? Really? Otherwise, my son is going to college, so we should relax a bit, right? Okay, then let's go back and pack our things. Seeing his wife, who was even more anxious than himself, Lin Batian felt helpless. Where did your reluctance go? Under the envious eyes of everyone, the Rolls-Royce slowly drove away from the NTU campus. Hello, are you the new student here to report? A senior student wearing a red ribbon came over. Lin Xun nodded. Hello, senior sister. May I ask where the finance department reports? The senior took a look at Lin Xun. He had handsome features and a tall figure. He was a handsome guy. Suddenly she smiled and said, I am from the finance department. You come with me. As she spoke, she enthusiastically took the suitcase from Lin Xun's hand. Lin Xun smiled shyly. This senior was so enthusiastic. He took out his mobile phone, took a random photo, and sent it to the fairy senior. Lin Xun, senior sister, I'm here to report. Lin Xun, I am following another senior to report. On the other side, Su Qingshi, who had just finished her work and was about to go to the cafeteria to cook, felt her phone move. She took it out and looked at it, and suddenly smiled. The younger brother is here. But soon, she clicked on the picture Lin Xun sent her. In the picture, a long-legged senior in uniform was walking in front of her with a suitcase. She should be the other senior Lin Xun mentioned. That girl's JK. The skirt of the uniform was not long, revealing a pair of beautiful white legs. She just turned her head and smiled at the camera and was captured. Su Qingshi frowned and hesitated for a second. She changed direction and walked towards the school gate opposite to the canteen. Lin Xun was a little disappointed when the fairy senior sister didn't reply to the message, but he quickly followed the senior sister to the headquarters of the Department of Finance where new students were received.
Yo.
Ineen, where did you kidnap this handsome boy from? Most of the receptionists were girls. When they saw Lin Xun's handsome face and his little puppy air, they immediately started cheering. Ineen was the senior who led Lin Xun. She smiled and said, he is a new student in our department. Isn't he handsome? Don't tell me, he's really handsome. We picked up dozens of new students and finally found a handsome boy. Does this handsome guy have a girlfriend? Where had Lin Xun seen such a battle? He didn't expect these seniors to be so enthusiastic, which made him a little afraid of society. Hello, seniors, could you help me with the admission procedures? Lin Xun greeted politely. Come on, let me help you. Take out your admission notice. Lin Xun did as he was told and took out the notice, and then signed some things according to the procedure. I also need your WeChat ID and mobile phone number. A senior sister said with sly eyes. Ah? Do you want this too? Lin Xun was stunned. Yes. The senior nodded quickly. Of course I lied to you. Otherwise, how could I deceive you about WeChat ID? At this time, senior sister Ineen suddenly laughed. Don't listen to their nonsense. Let's go. After the formalities are completed, I will take you to your dormitory. Hey. Ineen, you've gone too far. The other girls shouted. Ineen, haha, you want to tease my junior? Sorry, I liked it first. Of course I'll add it first. Lin Xun, who knows? I encountered a campus scam on my first day of enrollment. Just as Lin Xun was about to follow senior sister Ineen to the dormitory, there was a sudden exclamation from the crowd. Wow, that girl is so beautiful. Is she a senior? Hee, are you a freshman, right? Let me introduce you to her. She is Su Qingshi, the recognized campus beauty of NTU. When you see her in the future, remember to stay away from her. Why? Hey, do you still want to be stubborn? Let me tell you, all the people in Nanda who want to chase the goddess can line up around Nanda. She is not only the school beauty, but also a talented girl in the finance department. Last year, she won many awards for her professional knowledge. She is a fairy. Senior sister Su has a cold personality. Most people don't dare to talk to her. She has rejected many boys who have expressed their love to her. No one in the entire NTU can catch her eye. I don't know what senior sister Su likes. The girl was wearing a floral skirt with a tall figure, a beautiful face, and an air of a royal sister. She immediately attracted countless eyes as she walked on the school road. Even the girls looked at Su Qingshi with admiration. Facing this talented woman, they found that they were not even worthy of jealousy. Lin Xun was also stunned at this time, because Su Qingshi was walking in his direction, and the two of them were facing each other. Senior sister is so beautiful. Lin Xun looked at Su Qingshi in amazement. After not seeing her for a while, she became even more charming. At this time, the fairy senior sister has regained her image of a cold goddess. The gentleness she once had has been left behind in the rainy days of Liangqing. And soon, Lin Xun became nervous, because Su Qingshi seemed to be walking towards him. Is the senior sister here to pick him up? No way, right? Although Lin Xun couldn't believe it himself, there was still a trace of desire in his heart. In the midst of many sights, Su Qingshi stopped. She was only 2 meters away from Lin Xun. Everyone was confused. What happened? Why did the goddess stop? Senior sister. Lin Xun smiled and waved to Su Qingshi. Seeing this scene, everyone showed contempt. Boy, are you thinking too much? How dare you say hello to the goddess? Do you think the goddess is here to find you? You must be blocking the goddess's way, right? Well, that's right. Senior sister Yin, who was helping Lin Xun pull his suitcase, also whispered to Lin Xun, Jr., please get out of the way quickly. You are blocking senior sister Su. Ah? Lin Xun was stunned for a moment, then turned away in a daze. Is he blocking the senior sister? Su Qingshi glanced at Lin Xun, twitched the corner of her mouth slightly, and said softly, have the admission procedures been completed? Lin Xun nodded quickly. It's done. Su Qingshi nodded, then looked at Yin, who was dazed at the side. Where is his dormitory? Yin subconsciously said, Building 7, 307. Thanks. Su Qingshi looked at Lin Xun. Take your luggage and follow me. After saying that, regardless of whether Lin Xuanda agreed or not, she turned and left. Lin Xun was stunned. After he realized what he was doing, his face became excited. Okay, come right away. I'm sorry, senior. I can just go to the dormitory by myself. No need to bother senior. Lin Xun quickly grabbed the suitcase from Yin's hand and chased after Su Qingshi. Why? Yin looked at Lin Xun's back in disbelief. Junior, had we chat before leaving? After the two of them walked away, the silent atmosphere suddenly exploded. Holy shit. What did I see? Goddess Su talking to a boy? Is the iron tree blooming? Or is the sow climbing the tree? What a big event. Who is that new student? You can actually let senior sister Su take you to the dormitory in person? He seems a bit handsome, but why do I feel that he is not worthy of senior sister Su? I think I've seen him before. His parents drive a Rolls-Royce. Excuse me. Oh my God. Hurry up and inform the boys in the dormitory that the opposite sex appears next to their goddess. For a time, the news spread rapidly in the campus forum. Someone even took a photo of Lin Xun and Su Qingshi in the same frame and posted it on the forum. Su Qingshi has always been the focus of NTU, so as soon as this topic came up, it quickly hit the front page. Damn it! Who is this kid? My dear friends, within 5 minutes, I want all his information. Lin Xun would never have imagined that he would become a celebrity at NTU on the first day he enrolled. At this time, he pulled the suitcase and followed Su Qingshi silently. The fairy senior sister walked very slowly. Her steps were elegant, neither hurried nor slow, and her tall figure made her curves very perfect. Lin Xun's hands were a little itchy at this time, but he couldn't help but want to take a picture of this scene. Just as he was lost in thought, a plain voice came over. Walk faster. Lin Xun came to his senses and quickly walked to Su Qingshi, but he deliberately kept a distance. Su Qingshi glanced at him and said nothing. Lin Xun took the initiative and said, Did senior sister come to pick me up specially? Su Qingshi said calmly, I'm afraid you don't know the way, so for the sake of knowing me, I'll help you once. Lin Xun felt happy. This excuse was just a trick to fool the child. He smiled on the surface. Thank you, senior sister. Su Qingshi glanced at him. Did they ask for your WeChat account? Lin Xun was stunned. Who are they? Su Qingshi said, Volunteers to receive new students. Lin Xun shook his head. No, They wanted me to leave a WeChat message, but I didn't. Su Qingshi smiled half-heartedly. It seems you are quite popular, right? Lin Xun scratched his head in embarrassment. It's those seniors who are too enthusiastic. He wouldn't think about it in that direction. After all, it had never happened before. Su Qingshi asked, have you bought everything? Lin Xun nodded. My housekeeper has brought most of my things to school in advance, and they should be in the dormitory, so I have less luggage to carry. Su Qingshi nodded. The first thing after new students enroll is to prepare to start military training. But with your physical fitness, it shouldn't be a big problem. Lin Xun has been working out this month. His figure is now much stronger than before, and his overall temperament has become more mature. Lin Xun nodded. I have learned about these in advance. Su Qingshi nodded, and then she realized that she seemed to be a little too worried, so she simply stopped talking. She is not a person who likes to talk. Lin Xun felt a little itchy in his heart when he saw that the fairy senior sister had stopped talking. But it feels good to have my senior by my side. Well, what's going on with the looks of the classmates around me? Why do you keep looking at yourself?
Arrive.
Not long after, Su Qingshi brought Lin Xun to the 7th building. Go in by yourself and get the key from the dormitory ant. Each dormitory is numbered. Su Qingshi said softly. Thank you, senior. Lin Xun said gratefully. As Su Qingshi appeared in the boys' dormitory area, many people began to appear around. Lin Xun saw this and quickly said to Su Qingshi, Senior sister, you go back first. I can go in by myself. If the senior sister stays here any longer, she may be watched by more people. He has already begun to experience the reputation of senior sister fairy at NTU. Well, bye. Su Qingshi also noticed more and more boys around her, frowned, then said hello and left. She felt a little crazy that she would actually bring a boy to the boys' dormitory. No need to think about it. There will definitely be stories about yourself in the campus forum. But she has never cared about that. If she cared about it, how tiring would her life be in the past few years? After watching his senior sister leave, Lin Xun entered the dormitory, politely asked the dormitory ant for the key, and took his suitcase upstairs. Lin Xun's dormitory is Building 7, 307. The dormitory environment is not bad, with 4 rooms, 2 toilets, and 2 sinks. After Lin Xun came in, he found that no one had come to the dormitory yet. The things he asked the housekeeper to bring were on the bed at the back to the left of the entrance. To his surprise, the dormitory seemed to have been renovated. It was very clean and did not need to be cleaned at all. Except for a little dust on the bed frame, everything else was clean. And the dust obviously fell in the past 2 days. He was a little surprised. Could it be Guanbo who took action? Without thinking much, Lin Xun quickly made his bed, went to the toilet to relieve himself, and then sat on the bed, waiting for his roommate to arrive. A wave of sleepiness hit Lin Xun, and he simply lay his upper body on the bed and fell asleep. After an unknown amount of time, Lin Xun was awakened by a commotion. When he opened his eyes, he saw a boy making up the bed opposite him. He quickly sat up. Hello, do you live here too? Sorry for waking you up, brother. Hello, my name is Lu Gang. I am from Nanqing. I am a retired soldier who has just returned from the army and returned to school. Lu Gang lives up to his name, with a strong build, a 1-inch haircut, clean and cheerful, and wearing dark green short-sleeved shirts that expose the muscles of his arms, giving people a sense of security. Lin Xun felt a full sense of justice from him. Do you have such a good temperament after being a soldier? My name is Lin Xun. I'm from Liangsheng. The two shook hands. Okay, brother, you're good at it. How long have you been practicing? Lu Gang looked at Lin Xun with some surprise. Lin Xun laughed and said, It's okay. I've only been practicing for a month. Let's go running together another day.
Ok.
Add WeChat.
Ok.
The two added their contact information and gradually became familiar with each other. Where did you serve before? Lin Xun asked curiously. Lu Gang smiled and said, At the border. After he was discharged from the army, many people asked him where he served, and he always answered this. Even if he is discharged from the army, he cannot tell the address of his former army. This is a clause in the confidentiality agreement, and it is also a kind of consciousness. Lin Xun nodded and said with some envy, You should be very self-disciplined in life, right? Unlike him, he can stay up until 2 or 3 o'clock. Lu Gang waved his hand. It's not as good as you think. If you don't have self-discipline, it depends on the situation. It depends on whether you are carrying a gun or a cane on your shoulder. Lin Xun didn't understand and didn't think much about it. Can you have a girlfriend in the army? Hearing this, Lu Gang showed a soft smile on his face. We talked about it when I was in high school, and it has been 5 years now. Awesome. Lin Xun gave a thumbs up. Yes, he is currently the only single person in the dormitory. Brothers, I'm coming. At this time, an excited shout came, and a boy rushed in. The boy had a perm that exploded with tin foil. The tips of his hair were stained a bit yellow after the perm, and there were some acne on his face, but overall he looked very energetic. Ouch! 2 of us here? Hello, my name is Go Shengli. I live in a community in Causeway Bay 10 kilometers away. They all like to call me Go Shun. My name is Lin Xun. My name is Lu Gang. Brother Lin, Brother Lu. Brother Go. Brother Go. The 3 of them looked at each other and smiled. Brother Lin, Brother Lu. How old are you? Go Shengli asked familiarly.
Lin Xun Dao, I'm 18.
Lu Gang said, I have been in the army for 2 years, so I am already 20 this year. Go Shengli cupped his hands and clasped his fists with a serious look on his face. I am 19 this year. Why don't we sworn brothers with different surnames? This, brother, come first. My younger brother God Go has met my 2 elder brothers. You're welcome, Brother Go. Lin Xun and Lu Gang said politely. Good guy? Is this guy too enthusiastic? Then 2 brothers. Can you go downstairs and help your brother unload his luggage? Go Shengli suddenly smiled. Lin Xun and Lu Gang's expressions froze. Good guy. They are actually waiting for them here. However, the 2 of them did not refuse and followed Go Shengli downstairs. 5 minutes later, the 3 of them came back, each holding a lot of things in their arms. Brother Go, I can still understand you bringing a basketball. What do you mean by bringing a basketball hoop? Lin Xun hugged a small and medium-sized basketball hoop and wondered. Hee, to tell you the truth, I am the leader of Causeway Bay. I will participate in basketball games in the community and win prizes every time. Isn't this a prize for winning? I just thought that I could practice shooting in the dormitory. Lin Xun was speechless. This reason was so strong that he could not refute it. Soon, with the help of Lin Xun and Lu Gang, the 3rd roommate's bed was also made. After the 3 of them added their contact information, they gathered together to chat. When will the last roommate arrive? I don't know, but it's going to be fast. We'll be there before evening. It seems like we have a class meeting at 7:30. TSK. Aren't there a lot of beauties in our finance department? Hey, don't tell me. Brother, I asked about it. I heard that the school beauty is in our department. What's your name, Sue?
Shu Qinxi.
Yes. I'll go. She's also a freshman. Why do you know her, Brother Lin? Because senior sister Sue is really beautiful and famous. Really? I'll see you another day. Brother Lu, don't you have a girlfriend? Having a girlfriend doesn't stop me from seeing beautiful women. 6. Awesome. Finally, at 6 o'clock in the afternoon, the last roommate came to the dormitory. His name was Wu Da. He was a relatively shy boy, tall and thin, wearing glasses, and somewhat introverted. However, with Brother Go's guidance, they were able to chat harmoniously. After everyone arrived at the dormitory, Lin Xun suggested going to eat. Go Shengli, let's go. Let's eat. Brothers, help me carry my luggage. I'll treat you to this meal. Lu Gang, I'll do it. I still have a lot of retirement pay left. Wu Da, how about AA? Lin Xun, stop arguing, please. Go Shengli, I invite. Lu Gang, okay, please. Wu Da, I have no objection. Lin Xun, I second the proposal. What the hell? Lin Xun smiled and then said, Brothers, stop arguing. I'll treat you to this meal. Okay, then let's have a shameless meal. Lu Gang also said cheerfully. Go Shengli was a little curious. Brother Lin comes from a good family. Lin Xun nodded. Fortunately, he is also the richest man in the Dragon Kingdom. It turned out to be what the hell? Go Shengli's eyes widened. Lu Gang and Wu Da also looked at Lin Xun in shock. Lin Xun shrank his neck. Brother, you still have some strength? 666. Awesome. You will be my brother from now on. If you don't give up, I would like to call you my foster father. After the four of them made up their minds, they headed to the second canteen with better food. Many universities have more than one canteen, and they are also different. The first canteen is more often run by the school itself, while the second canteen is contracted to outside vendors and has more flavors. The four of them were walking on the school road, looking around curiously. So many beauties, oh no, so many beautiful scenery. These landscapes are very white, very eye-catching. Lin Xun's appearance is considered to be relatively outstanding. He is nearly 1.8 meters tall, has short hair, and a fair and good-looking face. He is a young girl. As he walked by, several girls looked at him sideways. Classmate, can you add me on WeChat? A girl stopped in front of Lin Xun and said a little embarrassed. Oh. Go Shengli and others looked at Lin Xun teasingly. Lin Xun was stunned for a moment, then politely declined. Sorry, classmate. I didn't bring my mobile phone. 3 roommates. Absolutely down. How could you refuse like this? Let go of that girl and let me do it. The girl was a little disappointed, and then walked away regretfully. Brother Lin, isn't it too embarrassing for you to reject me like this? Go Shengli hugged his shoulders with a look of hatred on his face. Then how should I refuse? Lin Xun looked like he was asking for advice. He really had no experience. Watch it. I will only demonstrate it once. Go Shengli pointed at himself with a thumbs up, then took out his cell phone, glanced around, his eyes lit up, and he immediately walked towards a girl. Beauty, can you add me on WeChat? The girl glanced at him in shock, then a flash of disgust flashed in her eyes and said, I'm sorry, you are a good person. After saying that, she avoided Go Shengli like the god of plague. The latter's face froze. Ha ha ha. Lin Xun and the other 3 laughed heartlessly. Why are you laughing? I just asked you if you have learned anything? Go Shengli said with a red face. Lin Xun suppressed a smile and said, I learned from Brother Go. You are a good person. Ha ha ha. Lu Gang and Wu De suddenly laughed even more happily. After a group of 4 people finished eating, it was already close to 7 o'clock. As soon as they gathered together, they wandered towards the classroom. They had already joined the class group a few days before enrolling. An avatar labeled counselor issued a notice to come to Youtside Building 104 for a class meeting. A young boy wearing glasses walked into the classroom, holding a folder in his hand, and stood on the podium. Everyone, please be quiet. Well, hello, I am your counselor. My name is Lu Anda. The name may be a bit strange. If nothing else happens, I will lead you through a wonderful campus life in the next few years. The teacher's alma mater is also in TU. He used to be the president of the student union. After graduating from school, he just applied for a job as a teacher, so the age gap between us is not big. If students don't understand anything in daily life, they can always ask for help. The teacher communicates, and the teacher will try his best to help everyone. Okay, the teacher has finished introducing himself. Next, it is the students' turn to introduce themselves. Everyone comes to the podium to let the students recognize their faces. Don't be shy. According to the student number, start from number 1. Hello everyone. My name is Huang Qiuyan, from Kyoto, born in 2000. I like reading books and playing the piano. Thank you. Hello everyone. My name is Go Shengli. I am from Causeway Bay. I am male and like women. Hello, handsome guys and beauties. My name is Zhang Xiao. I'm not arrogant. I'm a bit introverted and socially anxious. I hope everyone will take good care of me. Soon after a round of self-introduction, it was Lu Gang's turn. Hello, comrades. My name is Lu Gang, a retired soldier. If you need help, just ask. If you are a sports enthusiast, you can make an appointment offline. In addition, I want to compete for the sports committee. I hope everyone will support me. Thank you.
Ba bang bang.
The students applauded one after another. Veterans are generally very popular with classmates. Next, it was Lin Xun's turn. Wow, that boy is so handsome. There is a handsome guy in our class and I didn't know about it? As Lin Xun walked towards the podium, he clearly heard the whispers of several girls. He has never paid much attention to his appearance, thinking that his appearance is very popular, but now, it seems that this is not the case. Is he really handsome? Hello everyone, my name is Lin Xun. I come from Lin Xun. I am 18 years old this year. I am honored to come to NTU to study. It is a pleasure to meet you all. Please take care of me. Thank you.
Ba bang bang.
This time the applause was louder than Lu Gang's. Soon, the self-introduction session ended. Luan laughed and said, "Okay, self-introduction is just to give everyone a preliminary understanding of each other. There will be more time to improve mutual understanding in the future. The class leader election will be held next. Everyone will have the opportunity to choose the position they want to hold. I hope students will actively participate. This is a good opportunity to train themselves. Students who have decided to run for office need to go to the podium to talk about their reasons for running and what to do." After the counselor finished speaking, Lu Gang was the first to go up and write his name on the blackboard. After unifying his thoughts plausibly, he stepped down amidst a round of applause. "Brother Lin, do you want to be the squad leader?" Go Shengli quietly poked Lin Xun's arm. Lin Xun shook his head. "No, I know that I don't have the status of a squad leader." Be the squad leader? Did he eat too much or drink too much? Not even dogs. Hello everyone. My name is Huang Qiuyan. I want to run for class president because I have been the class president in high school. Lin Xun silently withdrew his complaint. Soon, all the class leaders of Finance 201 class were confirmed. Lu Gang became the sports committee member without any doubts. After all, no one dared to compete with retired soldiers. After the meeting, two girls walked towards Lin Xun. Classmate Lin Xun, can you add us on WeChat?" When several boys saw this, they looked sideways and wailed in their hearts. Why? Why is there such peach blossoms? Can you really do whatever you want if you are handsome? Oh, Baozi, you can do it. Go Shengli coaxed. Lu Gang and Wu De stood aside with kind fatherly smiles, as if they were grown-ups watching their own future. Lin Xun refused. "I'm sorry, you are all good girls, but I have someone I like."
A familiar récipe.
Go Shengli's face froze. The two girls were stunned. Poof! Poof! Lu Gang and Wu De tilted their heads in tacit understanding, and the corners of their mouths twitched. "Sorry, I just can't help it, ha ha ha." Hearing Lin Xun's refusal, the two girls were still a little unwilling. One of them said, "Classmate, don't think too much. We didn't add you because we like you. We just want you to help us chop you." "Yes, yes, yes." Lin Xun's mouth twitched. "Do I look innocent?" In the end, the two girls left unwillingly. "Brother Lin, if you keep doing this, you will break the hearts of many girls," Go Shengli said with an angry look on his face. Lin Xun was confused. "Didn't you teach me that? And I really don't want to join?" Lu Gang interjected. "I think Brother Lin is right to refuse. If you really meet a girl, just add her on WeChat. What's the difference with Neptune?" "Agree."
Wu De nodded seriously.
"What's wrong with Neptune? Neptune is not a scumbag. He just wants to give every girl a home." Go Shengli said calmly. "I beg your pardon to disagree with what you, the thieves Chow, say. Go back to the dormitory? What are you going back for? It's your first day of school. Of course you're going to drink? Brother Go? Haha, don't dare, it's just a fight." Under Go Shengli's instigation, several people went straight out of the school gate and came to a barbecue restaurant. "Boss, order is taken. Here we go. 10 skewers of pig whip, 10 skewers of kidneys, 10 skewers of leeks, 2 portions of pig brains, and oysters. Let's take 100 first." Lin Xun and others stared at Go Shengli with wide eyes. "Brother Go, how weak are you? What did you do last night? Fully replenishing the waste?" Go Shengli waved his hand. "The reason for eating barbecue is to replenish our kidneys. Come on, you can order some too." Several people looked at each other and nodded silently. Lin Xun, "Let's have some roasted tilapia, peanuts, and sausage." Lu Gang, "Let's have some seafood porridge." Wu Tat, "I like to eat hot dogs. Would you like some wine? Isn't that right? Beer." Coward, 2 pounds of erguotu. Not long after, the barbecues started to arrive one after another, and several people gradually entered the frenzy mode. "I'll go, Brother Lin. Why did you become two people? What two? Isn't it just me? Huh. Why are you guys swinging up and down? I really want to vomit. Haha. You are all brothers. You can't drink enough. Huh? Who's barking? Since freshmen are enrolling tonight, the surrounding barbecue stalls are very busy. I'll go. Did I drink too much, or am I still dazzled? Look, there's a beauty. Go Shengli suddenly exclaimed and pointed behind Lin Xun. Several people looked at it one after another, and they were suddenly shocked. About 10 meters behind Lin Xun, there were two girls waiting for the traffic light. Under the street lights, the tall and sexy figures of the two girls are eye-catching, and their looks are even more beautiful, especially one of the girls wearing a long skirt with her black silk hanging down, and her cold and noble face makes people excited at the first glance. An unattainable sense of déjà vu. The ultimate beauty. Huh? Why does it look familiar? Lin Xun stared drowsily, and then he felt dizzy and couldn't help but cover his head. Of course, not only Lin Xun and the others saw it, but others also started talking about it, and some even had the courage to strike up a conversation, only to come back dejected in a few seconds. Hey, brothers, do you want to make a bet? Go Shengli rolled his eyes and said, What bet? Bet I can get the WeChat account of one of those two beauties. Go Shengli said confidently. It's just you? Brother Go, don't be embarrassed. Don't you have any idea of what level this person is? Lu Gang said disdainfully. What are you talking about? Although I look average, I have a pure heart that makes countless beauties fall in love. Appearance? That's just a cloud. Hey, if you're coming, I'll treat you tonight. You can have as many kidneys as you want. Really? Seriously? Lin Xun and Wu De can testify. That's right. +1. Go Shengli got excited and took a sip of erguo before getting up. At this time, Wu De suddenly grabbed him. Brother Go, they are coming. The green light turned on the road, but the two girls suddenly turned around and walked towards Lin Xun and others. You are here to find me, right? Is my charm so great? Go Shengli couldn't help but said, You are so thick-skinned that I can't match you. Look, those are the school beauty Su Qingshi and the beautiful girl Jiang Yunxiao. Oh my god, why did they come down to earth? Holy crap, are the two school beauties here to have barbecue too? Is that the school beauty? So beautiful. Looking up close, she looks like a fairy.
Shukinsi?
Lin Xun drank a little too much and his ears were buzzing, but he seemed to vaguely hear the name of the fairy senior sister. Su Qingshi and Jiang Yunxiao were also having a team building tonight. After all, school had just started, and they had to get together in the dormitory. When the two were preparing to go back, Su Qingshi vaguely heard Lin Xun's name. She glanced at it and actually saw Lin Xun's lowered head. Lin Xun. Although she couldn't see the face clearly, she recognized that it was Lin Xun. So she came over. Less than 3 meters away from Lin Xun, a boy with explosive hair suddenly stopped her. Su Qingshi frowned slightly. Is something wrong? Go Shengli looked at the beauty in front of him and his eyes were stunned. He had never seen such a beautiful girl. For a moment, his Xinyu physique was directly suppressed, and he stuttered a bit when he spoke. Then, that senior sister, can you?
No.
Su Qingshi said indifferently, interrupting Go Shengli's spell casting. She knew what the other party wanted to do as soon as he opened his mouth, and it was nothing more than asking for her contact information. She was used to it. Go Shengli. Ha ha ha. Lu Gang's heartless laughter came over. Jiang Yunxiao looked at this scene with a smile and said nothing. Su Qingshi spared Go Shengli and came to Lin Xun's side. It smells so good. Lin Xun smelled a fresh fragrance, slowly raised his head, and his drunken eyes fell on Su Qingshi's face. Let me go, are you a fairy? Ha ha ha. As soon as the words came out of his mouth, Jiang Yunxiao laughed like a pig. Su Qingshi twitched the corner of her mouth slightly, as if she wanted to laugh, but she held it back. She whispered, Why do you drink so much wine? Lu Gang and Go Shengli were sober from their drinks at this time and stared at this scene in a daze. Damn it, what is this operation? The legendary school beauty actually took the initiative to talk to Lin Xun? Others around him were also confused. They were all guessing about the relationship between the boy and Su Qingshi. After all, Su Qingshi has had no scandals for so long. It is so shocking that someone of the opposite sex suddenly appears who can be greeted by the goddess. Lin Xun chuckled and said, "I'm happy today. Look, I'm not drunk. My sons can't drink enough." They all talk nonsense. Lu Gang and others suddenly had black lines on their faces. Who is talking nonsense? And we treat you as a brother, but you actually want to be our adoptive father? Brother Lin, I didn't expect you to be like this.
Su Qingshi glanced at Lu Gang.
Among the others, he was still sober. Are you from the same dormitory? Lu Gang has also seen the world. After all, he has a girlfriend, so he is not that restrained towards Su Qingshi. Hearing this, he nodded and said, "Yes. He drank a little too much. Please send him back." Okay. At this time, Go Shengli came over. Senior sister, do you know Brother Lin? Su Qingshi glanced at him. We know him. Zhang Yunxiao added silently, "It's quite familiar." Go Shengli opened his mouth in an O shape. The melon eaters were also stunned. No? Pretty familiar? Does Su Qingshi have any male friends? Big melon. Many people took out their mobile phones and took pictures of this scene. With copywriting. Shocked. New to NTU, the campus beauty showed up at a barbecue stall and was suspected of picking up a drunk friend of the opposite sex. Picture. Click QQ group, chat Chigua group paste send. In the field, Su Qingshi looked at Lin Xun, who lay down again. She was silent for a moment, and then she looked at Zhang Yunxiao. The latter crossed his chest with his hands as if he was in trouble. You? What do you want to do? A minute later, under Zhang Yunxiao's resentful gaze, Su Qingshi took her coat and gently put it on Lin Xun. Everyone. Click, click, click. I can't explain it in words. I can only take crazy photos. Zhang Yunxiao rolled her eyes fiercely. Could she still want her best friend? Although she was wearing a coat, there was only a black vest underneath. Without the coat, her arms were exposed to the air and felt chilly. Hey, this means that when you have a sweetheart, you have to sell your best friend first. However, she was also a little relieved that her guess was indeed correct. Shirshir was very interested in this junior student. Is this considered taking the initiative? It's rare to see a cold goddess fall in love. Let's go. Su Qingshi looked at Lin Xun intently, then looked away after a few seconds, and left with Zhang Yunxiao. Snapped. I'll go, Brother Lu. Is this a dream? F***K. Why did you hit me? Does it hurt? Snapped. What do you think? Holy shit. It's true. I'm really not dreaming. Is that the school beauty? Isn't this too beautiful? That's not the point. The point is that Brother Lin actually knows the school beauty. Hiss. This kid is hiding his secrets. Go back. Wait until this kid wakes up and torture him. I'll watch the punishment. Finally, Lu Gang settled the bill, and several people supported each other and staggered towards the school.